All right, we on another weekend. As you can see, I've got all that stuff put up, but we are about to do some clearing. So that's why I got the old Sawzall out here. Reciprocating Sawzall, whatever you want to call it. Whew, this ground's got to dry before I can mow a little bit later today too. But as you can see, we still have the string line up. I'm about to take that down. Because I got to put some more posts in. I got to go buy some more posts later. I need at least nine more bags of concrete so I can finish the bottom of the yard. But all this mess up here, I'm about to take all this stuff, clear all this junk out down here, because you can see right there where the string line is, the fence is 6 foot. That's going to be right in the way. So I'm not having that all over my brand new wood fence as I come through. This side's pretty cleared out. At least behind where the fence is going to be. It ain't too bad. I got to clear some of that stuff on that side out. It's in the way. But I'm about to start working on cutting all this mess down. I don't got a chainsaw yet. I don't have time. I hadn't bought one. Ooh, man, that water. We got some rain. Look at that. Look how it cut the side of that hole right off. How that dirt was just piled up. Ran right down through here and just cut that. So it's got a pretty good run. I think I'm going to mount the fence about 2 inches, maybe an inch off the ground instead of a ½ inch. But let me get some of that down. All this mess up in here, as you can see down the neighbor's fence. I got to clear some of this. I got to duck down even just to get through here. But you can see how that stuff kind of hangs up over. I got to cut quite a bit of that down, and then looking back down that way, oh, we got a bunch to cut. So hopefully I can get on and get this damn fire going in that pit. Maybe burn half of it up. We'll see what happens. All right, let's get to work. All right, got some fence clearing going today. As you can see, I got most of these holes drilled. I got to cut that big root out. Might as well do that today too. Getting some of this trimmed back, getting everything cut off my fence. I got those right there. Of course, the pile's going over here. And I still got quite a bit to go. I need to get all this off my fence line. So when I put up the new fence, right there, I won't have trees hanging over it. That sure is clearing it up back here, but I'm losing some shade big time. All right, let's get to work. All right, we got the fence line cleared. And I just got back from Home Depot, got me 11 more posts, 11 more bags of concrete. I'm about to unload that in a minute. But it's hot, I'm dying. So let's go down here and take a look. Let's see what we got as far as, and I cut the grass, as you can see. I did that early this morning. I should have went to Home Depot first, then came back and cut the grass, but anyway. Whew. That was some work getting this dang fence line cleared up too. But, as you can see, we ain't got nothing hanging over no more. We gotta get that, let me put the string line back up while I'm sitting here running my mouth. We can walk down this way. Woo! That's it, just put your fingers in there. And we'll just kind of tighten this back up. Almost broke my leg yesterday for clearing off these trees. I fell in one of these holes. I stepped backwards and stepped right in the hole. All right, now we're gonna pull this nice and tight right there. And just wrap it around a couple times. And it won't go nowhere, and then just set it up here on top. There we go. Now then, we got a nice, man, it's hard to see, the camera's on this other side here. Boop, boop. Nice and tight. And let's see, look down the top of it, there we go. You can see the poles should be centered up pretty good. Now all I gotta do is come along when I put the posts in, just hold them up. Ooh, that one filled all the way back in. All right, but we got this one cleared off anyway. At least now you can see everything is off of that. Somebody asked on one of my short videos, all I need to do is clear the stuff while I put up a new fence. I'm putting up a wooden fence to keep the dog from climbing out. If you watched the whole thing, you would see that, but the shorts don't see it. And I got this side cleared off all the bamboo that was hanging over here. Still a little bit up there, but I can't reach that. So we'll wait till we get the fence up, and if it starts to hang over, I can reach up and cut it off. I'll get me a new attachment. Got a little bit of that pile burnt up. I'm having a hard time getting it started because I'm only spending like 2 seconds worth of effort on it. But I think I'm pretty happy with this so far. Project's turned out pretty good. That's gonna look so much better. I gotta clean all that stuff up still and all around that tree. I want to clear all those little trees and stuff out. I'll get rid of some of my shade over there. I don't really need the shade. I got that one. And these trees, they cast shade over there with the suburban parks. And then the shop's gonna be there anyway. So, I'm gonna take a cool down break. Look at that, that's perfect. I love that. It just barely touches those. Let's go look. It looks so much better. Woo, man, it's hot. As soon as you step out in the sun, it gets hot. But the string line running across here keeps them all lined up. So the fence will be straight coming down this way. I'll just walk in here a little ways. I like that. It looks pretty good. Let's see. Then it'll look like this one. Everything all nice and in line. It'll be the same thing going this way. Everything will be nice and in line. You can see just barely. But the string, actually, it doesn't even really touch on this one. It's just like a little bit of a gap. Must be touching. Oh, this one must have moved a little bit when it settled. Yeah, not really. That's barely touching. Yeah, that's not really touching. You got to be careful when you do it this way. The way you're actually supposed to do it is set it out at a distance like that, and then you measure from the line to where your post goes. But when you're doing it by yourself, it's hard to measure. And I'm not setting the, when I do these, I'm just doing the dry pour. Pour the bag in there, dump water in, let it set. And these are solid. I mean, it's very solid. It ain't going nowhere. 60 pounds of concrete, a little over 2 feet deep, about 2.5, somewhere in there. As you can see, this one's pretty deep. I'll stand next to it. I'm 6'4". I don't know if it's getting it. And it's what? Right here in my eyes. So that's about 5.5 feet, maybe 5'8", somewhere in there. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside, get an air conditioning, cool off for a little bit. As you see kind of how the yard is looking. Soon we're gonna have that going all the way around, except the pickets will be facing in instead of the rails. The rails are gonna face outside where you don't see them. So when you're standing in the backyard looking, all you're gonna see is the pickets. Will be nice. At least that's the plan. All right, let's I'm gonna go cool down and get started. All right, we got the last little bit going. Only got 10 more poles to go. So just getting a quick update. This is the last part here, and I'm gonna post up a video. Just for note, I got the string line set up. It's coming right off it as, like I said, but the boards are gonna switch to the inside instead of the outside. So I've already said that several times. Probably just seems funny, but it's been a while. It's been like a week since I did it. So you can tell this video is kind of pieced together, but I got this section here to go. So I've already just put in these 2 poles, and I got 10 more to go down through here. And then the back side of the yard, down here at the bottom, I've already got all that put in. So making some pretty good progress. As you can see, this is growing back up a little bit. Yeah, my string fell off somehow. I wonder if a bird knocked it off or something landed on it. Let me set this up there, back up there for now, so the dog don't get a hold of it. All right, and then we got all those put in. So not too bad. It's gonna be a long bit of fence. I didn't realize how much the yard actually sloped, but it's real nice. Everything is off the fence down there, as you can see, nice and clear. So plenty of room between the chain link and this one. Like I said, I'm not gonna worry about taking the chain link down. I'll just leave it. So if he decides he wants to start digging under, boom, he gets back there and there's another fence in the way. Maybe, because he's a bad dog. You a bad dog, aren't you? But yeah, so slowly getting in. So that's all concreted in down there, nice and solid. That one's drying up. That was still drying up. I did this yesterday, about this time, I guess, or in the morning. Got up yesterday morning, got all that done. Now just gonna get 10 more, and then start ordering pickets, because then I've got posts, as you can see, all the way down through the yard, all the way down this way, and then all the way back up there. And it's about 300 feet more to go, so I guess I need about 3 pallets of pickets. It's like 240 to a pallet, 5.5 inches each. So, you know, 5.5 times 240, and then divide that by 12 to get your feet. I'm thinking it's gonna be about 300. Well, I got about 300 feet, right at 300 feet. So I think 3 pallets would be enough. So about $1,500 of pickets right now at today's prices. So we'll see what that comes up to, how it works. Or I just order a few at a time and pick them up and do it a little bit at a time, but I'd like to try and get more done, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I got to cut the grass again already. It's growing up way fast. But all that should start filling in now that I got all that stuff cut back. It'll fill back in where there was no sunlight before. And all this grass should look pretty good then. I'll fill in this part of the yard. Then I got all that up there to mess with. Still got to burn that pile up. Haven't done that yet. We're getting there. I got the garden looking pretty decent. It's just, well, I don't know about looking decent, but it's putting out. It's growing. Got about 5 watermelons that I could find. They're just little bitty ones. And ooh, look, got a couple tomatoes that are ripening up already. Let's see. Yeah, got a couple little tomatoes ready there. Let's see, then I'll pick those off later today. Lots of flowers growing on that tomato plant. These dang cantaloupes, they're getting flowers, but they don't ever seem to do anything. Got these other tomatoes. And we had some that kind of died off. You can see they look pretty poorly right there. But still, it's got a tomato growing on it. Now look, a little juicy tomato, one growing over there. Let's see, where's more of my watermelons? I know I got one over here somewhere. There's one right there. There's a little watermelon starting to grow. There's one here. Yeah, there's another one right there. It's starting to grow. So we got 2 little watermelons. I think there's one over here, and then there's 2 up there. Got some green onions growing and tomatoes. This one don't seem to be doing anything. It's got 1 flower there, but it's small. It just decided it didn't want to grow. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because this one's too close. I don't know. Like I said, this is just for fun. Then we got a bell pepper in here. Let's see, how's a bell pepper doing? Oh yeah, look at that big fat juicy thing. Woo! It grows. It like doubles or triples in size. Come on, look at it. It's growing good. Just one. I think there might be a couple more. It's gonna start popping out right in that area. And this one's got a couple and may start growing on it. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, that's my update for now. Dog, you're not supposed to be in here. Get out of that garden. Get out. He always gets in stuff. But yeah, then coming down this way, you can see it. It's kind of hard to tell, but a string line, bloop, bloop. It's going to make it straight down there. And then I'll do a little bit more garden. About right where that metal pole is right there. And I'll put a little fence coming out and then back up toward the house right here toward the edge. And that'll get that all set. And then the fence will be done. And then you have to stay in here. And I got to do more fence and more projects. A never-ending story. All right, that's today's update. I think I'm gonna go ahead and post this whole video, get this edited together, stuck together, and then I'll post it up. All right, we're done for today. Stay tuned, subscribe, all that stuff. Push the subscribe button if you want to see the more shenanigans coming. But the fence is just about done.